Okay.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is my Ride or Fry, Tiffany, and today we are going to be doing the very first segment of Coffee Talkin with Lex, and we will be talking about high school, virginities, and being strong, independent women that don't need no man.
No man.
So, if you're interested in watching us crack up and watching the camera fall 12 times, keep going. And don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more. So, we're going to start off by taking it back to like 2010 when people started high school. When our generation started high school. So, I started high school at Flanagan, and it was honestly the worst experience of my entire fucking life. And so 2 years in, I transferred over to Maid, and that's how we met. Summer of like 2012.
Yeah.
And I had gotten onto the cheerleading team. They had already done tryouts and everything, and then I had like my own separate tryout because everyone was like, it's the only way that this girl's not going to be depressed is if she's doing something that she likes to do. So they got me on the cheerleading team, and I went for my first practice, and all I could think in my head was like, I am going to be a junior in high school, and there is nothing but 6th graders on this cheerleading team. Like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna kill myself. And then the second practice, well, the whole time everyone was like, oh my god, you're gonna love Tiffany, you guys are gonna be best friends. I'm like, I don't want to know this person. And then the next day, Tiffany came, and she wasn't at practice that day because she was going to get her, I don't know if it was your driver's license or your permit.
It was my driver's
But you were doing something.
Yeah.
And then we met. It was like love at first sight. It was.
It was.
The whole conversation we had was literally like, oh my god, me too. And I was like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? Like, I already have a best friend. Like, what am I gonna do?
I hate my life. Oh my god. Me too.
I didn't know what I was gonna do. So whatever. So school finally starts, we're out of summer, and my only friend is Tiffany and my sister. And so I was like, I really hope that this girl wants to be my friend as much as I need to be her friend, because who am I gonna eat lunch with? Like, who am I gonna talk to? And we ended up having like almost every class together except for like 2, so everything was good and fine. And the rest is history. And then I became the most popular girl ever.
Yeah,
I was just like, you know, the best person ever. Everyone loved me. What else is new? No, but one of the first conversations I had with somebody that wasn't Tiffany, it was like at lunch with Priscilla, and she was like, oh, you know Tiffany Gowans? You know everyone. You're gonna be fine here. And I was like, oh no. Oh no.
That's not even true.
But you were Tiffany Gowans. You were the Tiffany Elizabeth.
Yeah, now I'm just a mom.
It happens. But high school was fun. Like,
yeah,
our senior year was
so
good.
Fun.
Our senior year was really good. So senior year was when I kind of like, I met more of Tiffany's friends, and those are now like my best friends, our best friends for the rest of our lives. Shout out to Brianna and Andrea. But like the high school that we went to, it wasn't like a normal high school. Like, every other week we had a pep rally. Like, every other week we had some kind of random spirit week.
And then we had our field trip.
Yeah, like,
and we had our group chat.
We were never in school.
And we had our prank wars.
Yes, we did a prank wars, and it was boys versus girls, and it was like one random day that like the girls all went to the beach, and I think I was the one that was like, oh, the boys are at baseball practice, like, let's go prank them. So we got those stupid like car markers, and we wrote all over their cars, and like that was it, like prank war initiated.
And then they did, what was it, sticky notes that they put all over your car?
They put sticky notes one day all over my car, and I had walked out. Like, I had walked to my car for something, and I was like, and my car was covered in sticky notes, and I was like, alright. They had like egged someone's car, Christine's car.
I don't remember that. But that's funny.
We wrapped one of the boys' cars.
Okay, I remember
Christine
that.
and I remember, oh my god, that night was hilarious. We were driving around, so we knew the general area of where he lived. We didn't know exactly where he lived, and there was like subdivisions. So we drove around every subdivision in Brianna's neighborhood.
Oh, Mogi? So you were in Mogi's car?
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, we finally went to the last one, and it was like angels. It was like 3 in the morning, and it was like angels like singing, because Jesus's light was on his car. We found the car, we wrapped it, and it was hilarious. We did such dumb shit in high school.
No, I was there, I was driving.
Were you?
Yeah, you guys wrapped it. I'm like, let's go. Let's go.
It was so funny. Yeah, you remember?
Yeah, I was driving.
We literally could not find his house. I think we called someone. I don't remember, but all of a sudden it was like angels sang, and we found the car, and that was it.
It was so funny.
But high school was fun. Like, I would do it again for like a week. I don't think I peaked in high school. I don't think I would want to relive high school. I don't even think I've peaked yet.
I don't think
there's still more for me. But high school was fun, and like, I'm grateful that I switched, even though it was such a scary thing for me. Like, I'm so thankful that like my parents forced me to get out of the school that I was in and put me at Somerset, because like obviously I met my lifetime besties, but like it was just such a good experience that I would not have had at a regular public school, like at all. Alright, next topic, the subject of virginities. I was a late bloomer. I was just so awkward. I had absolutely zero self-confidence. I'm sure if I really wanted to, like, I could have lost my virginity a lot sooner.
Yeah.
But like, I just had no confidence. Like, I loved boys, but like, I could not speak to a boy if it was right in front of me, unless I had like no interest in that person. Like, I did not know how to talk to boys. Like, I did, but like, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So I didn't lose my virginity until I was 20 years old.
Well, I mean, it's always better that way. It's like not fun to lose virginity when you're younger, so.
Yeah, like a part of me, like growing up, I was like, all my friends are doing it, like I need to do it yesterday. But like, I don't regret waiting. I mean, I'm not with the person that I lost my virginity to, and he's an idiot, but I don't regret losing it to who I lost it to. Like, and I don't regret waiting. Like, it was just like one of those things where like, you know. Like, in that moment, for me, like, I knew that that was the perfect moment for me.
And I definitely could have had a more perfect moment.
Me? Or you? Oh, yeah.
If I were to give advice to anyone about losing their virginity, I would definitely tell them to wait, because it's not worth it to rush it and get it over with.
It's not at all.
It's not. It doesn't make you cool. Like, it doesn't make you, you know.
If you're,
most of the time, anyways, when you're losing it, you don't even know what it's like.
Yeah, it's just an awkward 10-second thing.
It's very
like,
it's a very vulnerable moment, and I just feel like not everyone should see that part of you.
I just feel like this generation, unfortunately, like everybody. It's not a special thing anymore, and I'm not saying that it needs to be like how it was in the 70s with rose petals and like that's your future husband kind of a thing. Like, that's not realistic in this time. But at least, like, if you're 16, 17 and you're dating someone and you really, really feel like you care about that person, and you've been together for, you know, it doesn't have to be 3 years or something like that, but you've been together with that person and you feel like you trust that person and they're not going to do anything to hurt you, then okay. But if you've been dating someone for 3 weeks and you're losing your virginity because your best friend just lost her virginity and you're not sure and you're kind of scared and you don't really have anyone to talk to about it, like, don't do it. Like, I'm thankful that I had obviously friends, and like my sisters are 9 and 10 years older than me, that I was able to talk to them about literally anything. And I did have a relationship with my parents too, where we could talk about things like that. They obviously weren't my first choice to talk about sex with, but they were always there. Not a lot of people have that, so they just kind of go into it like, okay, like, Sophia just did it, so like, she's fine, she's alive, like, I'm just gonna do it. And then like, that's how you give bad experiences for yourself. Or if you don't know what's going on and you don't use a condom, like, we know people that literally lost their virginity and got pregnant like that day, you know. Like, it's not possible. And then there's also the problems with like other things like STDs and things like that. Like, when you don't have the knowledge behind going into having sex, like, you don't know.
That's scary.
And it's scary. I've had conversations with grown-ass men that don't know what HPV is because it's not something that's talked about. And it's funny, and we're talking about it and we're thinking like, how do you not know? But it's because we're girls and we have doctors who talk to us about other things like that. Like, boys go to the doctor when they're sick.
Yeah.
Like, boys don't go to the doctor routinely because they think that they're invincible. So it's like other little things like that it's like.
But it's even to just think about how people are just so uneducated on stuff like that.
Exactly.
Out there, just
and they're out there like, oh well, I've only had sex with one person, so it's fine. Like we don't need to use a condom, and it's like, no, that's not realistic. Like sometimes it happens or whatever, but like I feel like people need to be smarter on the fact of like, you don't know what's going on. Sleep around, do your thing, like your body washes off, those people wash off of you, but like you just need to be more cognizant of like what you are doing. I'm not saying throw it back for every Tom, Dick, and Harry. I'm just saying like if that's what you want to do and that's who you want to be, get your thing, girl, but just remember to think about things. Yeah, be careful and don't do anything that you don't want to do with someone. Like if you feel 10 seconds before everything is about to happen and you feel like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't, put your pants back on and leave. If you need to Uber, you know, if you need to walk home, if you need to tell that guy to get the hell away from you, like trust your gut. Because you don't need to do anything, whether it's your 112th time having sex with someone or you're losing your virginity. If at any moment you feel uncomfortable, you need to stop that in that moment, because it's not worth it. Like I have had great experiences and not so great experiences, and every time it is not worth me feeling uncomfortable to do it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure, yeah.
Even like with boyfriends, if in a moment I feel like, you know what, maybe I don't want to do this right now, you know, like, sorry babe, like let me go get you some pizza to like make up for it. And boys will be like, oh yay, pizza, you know what I mean? Boys are so they're just annoying. When it comes to being a girl in this day and age, like we are strong, we are independent women, like you don't need no man. Yeah. Just do you and do things that make you feel comfortable and do things that make you feel happy. And like if you ever feel like someone is trying to make you do anything, sexual, not sexual, smoking weed, drinking a beer, whatever it is, and you feel like some weird feeling in your gut, like hell no, gotta blast. And that's what you tell them.
Gotta blast. Like
gotta blast. Like my hamster just called and our snail passed away, I gotta go. And that's what you tell them. Who's gonna say, okay, so what? So that person's gonna be like, damn, this bitch is crazy. Okay, better crazy than crying.
You don't ever gotta see me again.
Like, yeah, exactly.
I wish I would have been more like,
yeah, there's so many guys that I wish would have been like, nothing gonna
I'm just like, there's so many moments where I think back and I'm like, why was I there? I'm out.
Same.
Like that whole thing, that I would have done that whole thing. I do not care.
Yeah.
Like y'all just saw that. Like I don't care. Everyone in the world can see it. I'm out.
Same. Anyway, thanks for coming to our very first edition of Coffee Talkin with Lex, and we're out. We were having fun.
Yeah. They took my purse away. Vulnerable. Like, yeah. Why was I even? Oh!
Why does this keep happening to us?
And I oop.